Okay guys, so in this video we're going to be talking about a topic quite dear to my heart, which is soreness a good indicator of progress in the gym? And the answer is this really. Soreness has got one use, which is basically a gauge of if you're constantly sore, it just basically indicates you've done too much. So as for soreness as a gauge of progress, it, it's considered to be a necessary part of like the muscle growth process to have the delayed onset muscle soreness. So it can happen short while after training, up to in some extreme cases 9 days post workout. Now, a few myths around soreness. Can you train if you're sore? It's not necessarily the case that you don't want to train a muscle just because it's sore. You can still train that muscle if it's sore. What you have to do though is you have to cycle your intensity. In other words, you can't go and you wouldn't want to hammer a muscle group which is sore. It can actually kind of help recovery to lightly train a muscle group which is sore. So rather than using free weights and cables, maybe use machines, and maybe rather than putting a lot of weight on, try to get a pump, get some blood in. That may help recovery a little bit, guys. Generally, persistent soreness though is a sign of overtraining. If you're sore and the soreness doesn't go away, or the soreness is constant, you're like constantly aware of this soreness, it's causing you discomfort and pain. This is more a sign of like overtraining, that you did too much. So you've actually done more than what's necessary to create the body to adapt. So much so that it's actually taken away from your body's ability just to recover, to get back to where you were before training. And it's eating in your body's ability to actually make any progress because you can't adapt. What I mean by adapt is the adaptation is the building of the new tissue, the muscle. Okay, so that's why we have this thing called a sweet spot, where we do just the right amount so we don't overwhelm our body's ability to recover and adapt. Okay, guys, so my challenge to you is, are you able to pick up on your body's cues when you're sore? Are you able to modify your training when you pick up on these indications that your body's giving you? Okay, so that's important. So you can still train the muscle if it's a little bit sore, but if it's really, really tender, I would not recommend that. But yeah, using it as a gauge of progress is terrible. Don't use it as a gauge of progress.